Section 5.1 Example 2 says, what is the simplified form of 3x minus 6 over x squared plus x minus 6? State any excluded values. In order to answer this question, we have to simplify the top and the bottom. So to simplify the numerator, you're going to look to see if there's anything you can factor out. To simplify the denominator, or factor the denominator, you're going to need to use a method from chapter 3. For the numerator, notice we have a linear term. So we have to see if there's anything the 3x and the 6 have in common, and we can factor out a 3 from both of these. When you factor a 3 out from 3x, you're left with x, and when you factor a 3 out from negative 6, you have negative 2. So now we have factored the numerator. For the denominator, we have x squared plus x minus 6. We've learned lots of ways to factor quadratics in chapter 3. I'm going to use the x box. Now, because my x squared term has a 1 in front of it, you can't see if there is a 1 there. If a is 1, I don't actually need the box, so I can stop right after the x. So a is 1, c is negative 6, 1 times negative 6 is negative 6. My b value is a positive 1. So I need two numbers that multiply to be negative 6 and add to be 1. I can go ahead and use 3 and negative 2. This tells me that x plus 3 times x minus 2 is the factored form of x squared plus x minus 6. And this is because 3 times negative 2 gives me negative 6, and 3 minus 2 gives me 1. So now we have 3x minus 6 over x squared plus x minus 6 is equal to 3 times x minus 2 over x plus 3 times x minus 2. We want to see if there are any factors they have in common. Notice they both have an x minus 2. So we can go ahead and get rid of the x minus 2 because x minus 2 on the top and bottom gives us a 1. Left over, we have 3 over x plus 3. So this is our simplified form of 3x minus 6 over x squared plus x minus 6. And now we need to look for any excluded values. So the excluded values are when the denominator equals 0. Well, we have a denominator of x squared plus x minus 6 equals 0. Notice all of the orange ones are our denominators and our yellow ones are our numerators. However, we've already factored the denominator up in this step to x plus 3 times x minus 2. So we can rewrite this as x plus 3 times x minus 2 equals 0. And then using the zero product property, we can find the values of x that make the denominator equal 0. The zero product property tells us in order for x plus 3 times x minus 2 to equal 0, either x plus 3 equals 0 or x minus 2 equals 0. So to solve the first one, we subtract 3, we get x equals negative 3. To solve the second one, we add 2, we get x equals 2. This tells us that our excluded values are x equals negative 3 and x equals 2. Remember that excluded values are values that x cannot equal, so often you will see the answer displayed as the simplified form is 3 over x plus 3, where x does not equal negative 3 and x does not equal 2. Keep in mind, it's very important to use the original denominator. If you use the simplified denominator, you would get the negative 3, but the 2 would be missing. So you do have to consider all the way from the very beginning, so this part up here. This slide here has all the steps for simplifying. It doesn't show the factoring that you have to do on your own, and then it's got the little explanation for the excluded values. Now I would like you to simplify the following expressions, state any excluded values. We've got c squared minus 6c plus 8 over c squared plus c minus 6.